Good day, everyone! I am Shaina B. Makasilig, a third-year BEd student at Negros Oriental State University, Shatan Campus. So today, we'll be discussing about general psychology in social science. But before that, let me first read our learning objectives. So at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to explain the goals of psychology in understanding human behavior and mental processes. Apply psychological perspectives to analyze simple real-life situations and explain why people think, feel, or act in a certain ways. Show appreciation for the importance of psychology in improving mental health, well-being, and positive human relationship by actively participating in class discussions and activities. So now, these are the objectives that explain what learners are expected to gain from the lesson. Let's find out what is psychology. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. So behavior means includes our actions that can be seen, such as studying, talking, or avoiding people around us. Mental processes include our thoughts, our feelings, emotions, and our decisions that happen inside in our mind. So psychology uses observation, research, and evidence to explain behavior instead of guessing. So because of this, psychology helps explain why people think and act differently even when they face similar situations. So, for an example, um, two students prepare for the exam. One student feels calm and focused, while the other feels nervous and keeps worrying. So, psychology explains that their reactions may be influenced by confidence, past exam experiences, or fear of disappointing their family. So, that is the example of psychology. Now, let's move forward to the goals of psychology. So, psychology has four major goals. So, first is describing behavior means carefully observing and recording what people do. So, for an example is describing symptoms of stress among college students. So, these are the example of describing. So next is explaining. Explaining behavior means finding the reason behind those actions. So for an example is explaining how academic pressure leads to anxiety. So that is the example of explaining. So next is predicting. So predicting behavior means thinking about what might happen if the behavior continues. So for an example is predicting that lack of sleep may lower our academic performances. So next is, or last is the controlling or influencing behavior. It is means that helping people change habits to improve their lives. So one of the example of this is using stress management to techniques to improve our well-being. So, by these four goals work together to help solve real life problems. So they help people understand themselves more and make better choices in our daily lives. So next we'll move forward to historical development of psychology. Let's proceed to historical development of psychology. Psychology developed over time and became a science through research and study. So Wilhelm Wundt 1879 helped psychology become separate from philosophy by opening the first psychology laboratory. So structuralism or Titchener focused on understanding the parts of the mind, while um, while functionalism or William James focused on how behavior helps people adapt to life. So these early ideas help psychology grow and improve because of this development. So psychology is now used in schools, hospitals, and counseling centers. So Modern psychology also integrates scientific research with practical application, which is in education, health, and also in our relationships. So for an example is, because early psychologists studied learning, so teachers today also understands that students have different learning styles and use different teaching methods or differentiated learning activity or instructions to help everyone succeed or fully participate in the classroom. Next, we will proceed to psychology as a scientific study. So, psychology as a scientific study. So, psychology relies on systematic observation, measurement, empirical evidence. So, psychology is considered a science because it is uses careful methods to study behavior. So, psychologists observe people, collect information, and analyze results before making into conclusions. So, this process avoids unfair judgments and personal bias. So by using this evidence makes explanations more reliable and accurate to the people. So psychology is not just based on opinions but also on facts and based on research. So for an example is instead of saying students are lazy, so psychologists uses or study attendance, sleep habits, family responsibilities, and study routines to understand the real reasons behind poor performances of the students in the school. So now let's proceed to the introduction to psychological perspectives. Human behavior can be understood in different ways. So which is why psychology uses different perspectives. So each perspective focuses on a different reason for behavior, such as learning, thinking, body processes, or personal growth of a person. So no single explanation can be fully explained behavior. Using different perspectives gives a deeper and more complete understanding so that this helps explain complex human actions. So, for an example is a student who fails exams may be explained as having poor study habits, negative thinking, stress-related body reactions, or low confidence in abilities. So that are the perspective in psychology. So now let's move forward to the behavioral perspective. Behavioral perspective focuses on actions that can be seen and observed, according to Ivan Pavlov and B.F. Skinner. So behavior is learned through rewards and punishment from the environment. So people repeat behaviors that bring rewards and avoid behaviors that bring negative results. So this perspective is often used in schools to shape good behavior of the students. So it also shows how surroundings influence the actions of the learners. So for an example is, a student studies hard every night because good grades lead to praise from parents, recognition at schools, and rewards at home, which is also it encourages the behavior of the students to continue. So now let's move forward to the cognitive perspective. The cognitive perspective focuses on how thinking affects behavior. Our thoughts, our memories, attention, and understanding influence how we react or how people react. So negative thinking can lead to poor performances and low confidence. And this perspective also helps explain learning difficulties and decision-making problems. So it is useful in improving study habits and problem solving skills. So example of this is, a student performs poorly on a test because they memorize answers without understanding the lesson. So which is it causes confusion when questions are asked in a different way. So, now we will proceed to the biological perspective. It helps explain our mental health concerns. So, one of the example is a student becomes easily irritated during exams because of lack of sleep, and it affects our brain function and causes stress hormones to increase. Now let's proceed to humanistic perspective. So humanistic perspective focuses on our personal growth and self-worth. So it believes that people can choose how to act and improve themselves. So encouragement, understanding, and positive support are also important. So this perspective helps build confidence and motivation. So it is commonly used in counseling and education. So one of the example of humanistic perspective is a teacher motivates a struggling student by praising effort and improvement instead of focusing only on mistake and failures of the student. So by showing through positive support of the student. So now let's move to the methods of psychological research. So psychologists use different methods to study behavior. So first is the observation involves watching our behavior carefully. Next is surveys to collect data or information by asking questions or interviews. So next is experiments. So experiments test cause and effect by changing one factor and observing the results. So by determining the cause and effect. So using these many methods, it helps the psychologist to understand more about the behavior of the people clearly and accurately around the other people. One of the example here in methods of psychological research is researchers observe students in class, ask them about study habits through surveys, and test which study methods improves learning. So now we'll move to the basic steps in psychological research. Basic steps in psychological research is first is to identify the research problem. So which research follows clear steps to stay organized. So psychologists first identify the problem and study existing information. So they create a hypothesis and choose a research method. Next is data is collected and analyzed before making a conclusions. So by these steps, it makes research reliable and meaningful. So one of the example of this is a researcher studies exam anxiety by comparing stress levels before and after review sessions. So now let's move forward to the ethical considerations in research. We'll move forward to the ethical consideration in research. So ethical rules protect people who join research studies. So participants must know that the study is about and agree to join. So their information must remain private and they can leave the study anytime without punishments. So ethics ensures safety and respect of the participants of the research studies. So, so these ensure that to respect for human dignity and safety of the participants in our research studies. So example is students join a stress study after being informed and are allowed to stop participating whether they feel uncomfortable. So now we'll move forward to the sensation and perception defined. So sensation and perception defined. So sensation and perception work together to help people understand the environment. So, sensation happens when the senses receive information, while the perception happens when the brain understands and gives meaning to that information. So both processes are important for our daily activities. So for an example is hearing a bell sound is sensation, but understanding that it signals class dismissal is the perception. So now we'll move forward to the absolute threshold. Threshold refers to the weakest signal a person can notice. So each person has different limits. So some people are more sensitive to sound, light, or smell. So others may need stronger signals to notice them. So example, one student hears a very soft sound in the classroom, while others do not notice it at all. So that are the example of the absolute threshold. So next, let's move forward to the difference threshold. So difference threshold is the smallest change a person can notice. Gradual changes may go unnoticed, while sudden changes are easier to detect. So this explains why people sometimes miss small differences. So example, a student notices when music suddenly becomes louder, but does not notice when the volume slowly increases. So, let's move forward to the perceptual. So, let's move forward to the perceptual. So, let's move forward to the perceptual illusions. Perception can sometimes be incorrect. Illusions happen when the brain misinterprets information. Background and context affect how things are seen. Illusions help explain how the brain processes the information. So example, two lines appear to different lengths because of surrounding shapes even though they are actually equal. So now let's move forward to the application and values integration. Understanding psychology helps learners to helps improve our daily life by building understanding and empathy. So it supports mental health awareness and better relationships. So it also helps people learn how to communicate better and make wise decisions. Psychology helps create a caring and respectful environment. So for an example is students learn to listen to classmates' feelings and avoid judgment too quickly during conflicts. So that are the example of the application and values integration. Active participation in discussions and activities strengthens appreciations of psychology role in our daily life. So in conclusion, general psychology is the scientific study of our behavior and mental processes that seeks to understand how people think, feel, and act using systematic and objective methods. So it aims to describe, explain, predict, and influence behavior to improve mental health and well-being. And it developed as a science through early thinkers like William Wundt into modern applications in education and in health. Different psychological perspectives, behavioral, cognitive, biological, and humanistic offer varied explanations of behavior, while research methods such as observations, surveys, and experiments follow ethical standards. So overall, psychology helps individuals develop self-awareness, empathy, and positive human relationships. Now, we have the two inspirational quotes. So according to William James, the greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. So we have here by Aristotle. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Here is our references. I hope you learned something for today's lesson. keep believing and do your very, very best. And thank you for patiently listening, and God bless everyone. Bye.